Coming up on UCF Nightly News.
Learn why pumpkin costs have gone up.
And find out how the Cypress Dome Society celebrated Halloween this year.
And hear about the Writing Center's first spooky event.
Nightly News starts now. Good afternoon, Knights, and welcome to Nightly News. I'm Kirk Churchill.
And I'm Carla Mangual, and today is October 29th, 2021.
As Hispanic Heritage Month comes to an end, UCF President Alexander Cartwright is in Washington, D.C., receiving a seal of excellence for UCF being a Hispanic serving institute.
Residents of Hercules Student Housing say they were evacuated this morning due to a dumpster fire. The fire alarms went off around 4:20 a.m. in every Hercules building. Police and fire rescue were able to put out the fire. Nightly News will keep you updated.
UCF's Pumpkin Palooza event has returned this year for the Halloween season. The UCF Pumpkin Palooza took place Thursday in the Student Union. The event invited students to compete in decorating pumpkins and win prizes. This is the first year the Pumpkin Palooza has been held in person since the COVID-19 pandemic. Senior biology major Mitra Mars says that he is happy to see in-person traditions return to UCF's campus.
UCF, the spirit is what it is, especially around homecoming time, is because of, the interactions between our people. So I think once we're doing it safely and in a clean manner, I think it's an awesome experience.
Those who are not able to attend this year's Pumpkin Palooza, the Student Union says that they plan to host the event again next October. Students can keep up with all upcoming events at events.ucf.edu.
The Cypress Dome Society at UCF shared a night of spooky tales at Foxtail Coffee on campus Thursday. Participants dressed in their Halloween costumes for the occasion and shared their own stories of terror. The Halloween-themed event welcomed all levels of writing experience to participate. Jada Tarnowski, a freshman at UCF, says she enjoyed dressing up and being a part of an event to showcase her work in front of a live audience.
I really love being able to share emotions, share experiences, share ideas with people, and not just in the written format where you can't see your audience.
Looking forward, the Cypress Dome Society aims to encourage students from all majors to submit their writing and create a diverse collection of their student work.
Halloween traditions like pumpkin carving could cost you more this year. The pandemic continues to impact holiday traditions, even with experts saying new positive cases are declining. Nightly News reporter Julianne Amaya will tell you how a nationwide pumpkin shortage is going to make you pay more out the door.
The Department of Agriculture says about 40% of pumpkin acres were harvested in 6 states across the U.S. According to the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration, the West is dealing with extreme drought conditions, making this pumpkin farming season difficult. Haggerty Farms in Oviedo has already sold over 6,000 pumpkins, causing them to shut down before Halloween. They're not the only ones. A group of UCF students say they had to drive around several places to find an open pumpkin patch.
Sold out and it was empty and it was closed.
We got there, it was the saddest thing. Yeah. We were like, no, they're gone.
Yeah. According to the United States Department of Agriculture, the cost of pumpkins have gone up 7%, costing you and your spooky squad more money.
But for these future nights, the rise in cost doesn't faze them. They stand by the motto, charge on, even going so far to rate the patch.
I have it out of 1,000. I think I would call it like a 9 3/4.
If you are willing to pay more for a gourd, you can stop by Sunflower Maze in Orlando or your local Publix. In Orlando, Julianne Amaya, UCF Nightly News.
You can also stop by Wildflower Farm in Orlando to stock up on a finely crafted jack-o'-lantern. Forbes magazine rates Orlando number 9 when it comes to the best cities for pumpkin lovers in 2021.
A UCF group takes on a modern Halloween tradition with a blast from the past. The Anthropology Club at UCF met at the Breezeway near Foxtail Coffee Thursday to carve pumpkins using tools from the past. Students used stones to carve and create a variety of ghoulish faces in the pumpkins. The president of the Anthropology Club, Lauren Lehman, says this fun activity will also help with future research involving the use of stones.
We test stone tools like this from actual sites and see if it was used on pumpkin or gourds or like on meat or something like that, and we're able to see where it could have been from and what it was used on.
Home, if you'd like more info on future events, you can keep up with the Anthropology Club at events.ucf.edu.
Supply chain shortages are lately unfolding throughout the nation. The pandemic is causing a ripple effect on imports due to labor deficits. According to the U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics, almost 300,000 workers were laid off due to the COVID-19 pandemic. This has affected essential goods, including cars, electronics, and food. Knightly News will keep you updated as the story unfolds.
The UCF Writing Center held its first Ghost Story open mic at the Trevor Colburn Hall. Students came together to tell spooky stories of their choice or stories they wrote themselves. The event was meant to be held at the Arboretum but changed locations due to weather. Alexandra Clara, pre-management major, explains why she chose the scene leading up to Romeo and Juliet's death.
Just to me, that like whole state of mentality, it's been a really big thing, especially in the previous year with COVID. Like my mental health's gone like up, down, left, right.
Students also participated in a costume and dance contest for special prizes. Prizes included gift cards and Halloween decorations. The Writing Center holds writing workshops and events throughout the semester. Students can schedule an individual or group consultation with a tutor for any stage of the writing process.
Now, speaking of writing, October is Health Literacy Month. Here at UCF, an undergraduate researcher is working to expand the mission of health literacy. Knightly News reporter Kelly Gilmore tells us about these research findings and their impact.
UCF undergraduate researcher Jennifer Lascala is working to publish her research about the readability of hearing implant brochures. Lascala found that some medical brochures are written above the average reading level of adults in the United States.
The results that we found were that all three cochlear implant brochure manufacturers had brochures that were written above the recommended 5th to 6th grade reading level.
Lascala hopes to get her research published to share these findings with other medical professionals.
October is Health Literacy Month. According to health.gov, the month is a time to recognize the importance of making health information easy to understand.
According to healthypeople.gov, health literacy impacts a person's ability to complete medical paperwork, understand prescription bottles, and more. Cindy Brock is the health policy researcher at the Agency for Healthcare Research and Quality. Brock says that there is a need for recognizing health literacy because it can affect the patient's understanding of their own health.
People want to be involved in making decisions around their health care, and yet they are only able to fully participate if they can understand.
Brock says that when brochure writers do not communicate clearly, it impacts the patient's ability to make informed medical decisions. In Orlando, Kelly Gilmore, UCF Nightly News.
Those looking to learn more about Health Literacy Month can visit healthliteracymonth.org.
UCF LGBTQ+ services held their first ever Monsters in the Closet movie night at the Student Union. Students were in the Halloween spirit, wearing costumes watching the horror film Jennifer's Body. Sierra Torrado, a third-year Lavender Council member under LGBTQ+ services, says the film demonstrates the place that the LGBTQ community has in the genre. The goal is to show opportunity that LGBTQ has in media. Visit UCF LGBTQ services on Instagram for more events. Looks like UCF is keeping the Halloween spirit alive. Kelly, the weather will be more good today for more Halloween fun.
Well, guys, we are looking at a beautiful and cool day leading up to our Halloween plans. It's going to be sunny with scattered clouds today. We're looking at a high of 78 degrees and we'll have a humidity coming in at 58%. We're going to be having some spooky winds heading southwest around 17 miles per hour. We're looking at a 30% chance of rain tonight, so you may want to keep those umbrellas handy just in case. The weather is cooling off just in time for us to have a nice Halloween weekend. Get those costumes ready because the weather is looking great. Back to you guys.
Coming up, find out about a new degree coming next year.
And learn about former President Donald Trump's new app.
Yes. A new master's program in financial technology is coming to UCF in 2022. Financial technology is a field that uses tech to improve the way people handle their money. The degree is a continuation of the FinTech undergrad program established just 2 years ago. Krista Perinsky, the co-director of the FinTech program, says innovation and technology directly impacts the financial world.
Every area in finance is somehow transformed or changed by technology on one form or another. Legacy financial institutions like banks, they are a little concerned about the trends and they want to make sure that they stay on top.
Fields of science and business. He also says the future of the program will teach students about how technology impacts them and how they manage their finances in today's economy.
Former President Donald Trump announces the release of his new social media app, Truth Social. The app is part of his new company, the Trump Media and Technology Group. The app follows the same concept as Twitter. Users' posts will be called truths and other accounts can be called and re-truth. Marissa Zinkovich, a civil engineering major at UCF, explains why she will be downloading the app.
To see, and it's great to see someone, even if it wasn't Trump, somebody, to make a platform where you have a voice no matter what your opinion is.
Truth Social is available for pre-order on the Apple App Store. The beta version is set to release for invited guests in November. The full version will release February of 2022.
Coming up, find out what leaders are doing to discuss climate change concerns.
And learn how the lower levels of rain is impacting Florida.
Negotiators are coming together to address this year's climate change concerns. The 26th Climate Change Summit will meet for the first time since the pandemic. The conference aims to establish a game plan to lower carbon dioxide emissions by 2030. UCF Coastal member Dr. Thomas Wall says although big decisions are needed at a higher level, citizens can still contribute locally.
Every single one of us can do their part to reduce their own carbon footprint. We know the reasons that the climate is changing and that we are seeing many more disasters. We see sea level rise, we see islands slowly but steadily disappearing.
The Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change says on their latest report that human activities are fueling extreme weather changes and flooding nationwide. The summit will gather starting October 31st.
Hurricane season has just a little over a month left in the Atlantic region, and Florida's rainy season is starting to wind down. I will tell you on how the lower level of rainfall could impact Florida through the dry season. People consider Florida as a hot and humid state where unexpected showers are expected. For the month of October, those showers have been scarce. St. John's Water Management measures how much rainfall there is throughout Florida. They have recorded only 30 millimeters of rain this October compared to the average record of 52 millimeters. UCF Associate Professor Ding Bao Wang, a hydrology and water resources specialist, says that this could lead to potential issues in Florida's infrastructure.
And also we need more irrigation for agriculture, and then we're going to have some issues to deal with the water supply. Yeah.
According to the United States Department of Agriculture, the upper east coast of Florida is experiencing unusually drier climate changes this season.
Even though Florida is experiencing lower levels of rain, Florida is not yet in a drought. However, experts say that Florida is experiencing a drier year than normal.
On the UCF campus, the Arboretum planted 42 new plants in April. They recently placed water bags at the base of the new plants to make sure they receive enough water whether it rains or not. Tracy Alt, an intern at the Arboretum, says although they have seasonal watering routines, they are taking additional action to address the limited rainfall.
The rain, while it may be more separated, it may be more infrequent, it's definitely heavier rainfall during those periods.
With Florida's growing population, only time and the weatherman can tell if the amount of rainfall will be able to sustain the Sunshine State. Experts say the rainfall Orlando received this week will help the Sunshine State as the rainy season comes to an end. Nightly News will keep you updated with all your weather questions. Speaking of rainy days, Kelly, how's the weather looking for Halloween?
Carla, not too bad. Let's take a look at our forecast across the state, starting off with the highs. Tallahassee has a high of 67, Jacksonville a high of 69, Tampa a high of 80, Orlando a high of 79, and Miami a high of 86. Now let's take a look at those lows. Seems like we're starting to dip into some lower lows as we enter the fall season, with Tallahassee at a low of 49, Jacksonville at a low of 54, Tampa at a low of 64, Orlando at a low of 63, and Miami at a low of 72. Let's check out those rain percentages. Tallahassee has a rain percentage of 15%, Jacksonville a rain percentage of 22%, Tampa a rain percentage of 19%, Orlando a rain percentage of 24%, and Miami with just a small 5%. Let's take a look at that 5-day forecast for the week. As you can see, Saturday has a high of 74 degrees and a low of 59 degrees with a 24% chance of rain. Sunday has a high of 77 degrees with a low of 57 degrees and an 8% chance of rain. So it looks like our Halloween plans are safe. No need to bring your umbrella out while you go trick-or-treating. Monday has a high of 80 degrees with a low of 61 degrees and a 7% chance of rain. Tuesday, 82 degrees high with a low of 62 degrees and a 7% chance of rain. 81 high on Wednesday with a low of 61 and a 0% chance of rain. With such low rain chances, we have a high chance for a great week. Looks like we're going to have some great Halloween plans. Carla and Kirk, back to you guys.
Coming up, find out about the new Twin Star football recruits.
And see how the Knights look to go back-to-back and get their first win on the road against Temple.
Yeah, last season.
Welcome back, Knights. I'm Tyler Karen, and here is your UCF Sports Update. With the regular season over, the UCF women's soccer team now prepares for the American Athletic Conference Championship Tournament. The Lady Knights will now set their attention to their first game this Sunday. UCF will play in the opening round on Halloween night against the Memphis Tigers. The Knights were unable to qualify for the tournament last season after a 2-4-1 record in 2020. Head coach Tiffany Sahadak said she is grateful to be back in the tournament.
Yeah, last season, with COVID hitting our team at the end of the season and not having, available players, it was difficult,
UCF will travel to Memphis, Tennessee to start off the competition. To support our Knights, tune in this Sunday for the opening round of the AAC Championship Tournament. Seeing double, UCF landed 2 twin star players in their 2022 recruitment class. Nightly News reporter Taylor Anderson tells us how the pairing will improve the Knights team.
It's 3 to 4 years. We'll be taking our talent to University of Central Florida.
It's a double win for the Knights as twin defensive backs Jakari and Damari Henderson announced their commitment to UCF on Monday. Together, the 6-foot defenders total 39 tackles, 4 interceptions, and 2 defensive scores. Head football coach Gus Malzahn says recruits know that UCF is the future of college football.
So, great response. We're going to keep the momentum going. I feel very confident, as far as this class goes.
With offers including Florida, Alabama, and Miami, the star recruits said they were drawn to the UCF coaching staff. This isn't the first time that UCF has landed twin commits. The first time was back in 2013, where the Griffin twins made a name for themselves here at UCF. In a video published on their social media platforms announcing their commitments, the Hendersons expressed their gratitude to their Sanford community.
We want to thank the community for always keeping it real and showing us love. And just come around Friday nights. Y'all really motivate us to go harder.
The Hendersons helped the Knights move to number 37 in the rankings for their 2022 recruitment class. In Orlando, Taylor Anderson, UCF Nightly News.
UCF has now recruited 3 players from Seminole High School, including linebacker Cam Moore, who the Hendersons won a state title with in 2020. UCF football is ready for their next game against Temple in Philadelphia. The Knights are looking for their first road win since last season against USF. Nightly News reporter Okelo Pena tells us how the team will look to get Coach Malzahn his first road win as UCF's head coach.
The UCF Knights got back on track last Friday against Memphis in the Bounce House with a 24-7 win. They are now 4-3 after getting their second win in conference play this season. Their next opponent is the Temple Owls. The last time the Knights went to the City of Brotherly Love, they won by 42 points. Head coach Gus Malzahn says that his team is getting healthy and ready for the second half push for the end of the season.
We are getting a little bit healthier now, which is good, and it just feels like, we're capable of finishing this thing strong.
All the games won by the Knights this season have been here at the Bounce House. In order to improve their spot in the AAC standings, the Knights have to make the chilly trip to Philly to beat Temple. The Knights' losses this season have been heartbreakers all on the road. Their most recent road trip was a blowout loss to number 2 ranked Cincinnati, 56-21. Running back Isaiah Bowser says the goal is to win out and get the Knights to a bowl game.
I want to win out, finish this season 9-3, play a good bowl game. So that's the goal, definitely, win the rest of the games.
The Knights entered this game as 10-point favorites looking to bring Coach Malzahn his first road win as UCF's head coach. In Orlando, Okelo Pena, UCF Nightly News.
To see our Knights perform against the Owls, tune into ESPN Plus at noon to catch all the action. Can't wait for another great week of UCF sports. Kirk and Carla, back to you guys.
Well, that's all the time we have for right now. Thanks for joining us. Remember, you can always keep up with us during the week on our website at nightlynews.ucf.edu.
And if you got a story idea you want us to know about, send it our way. You can reach us at nightlynews@ucf.edu. Thanks for watching and have a good day.